Welcome back to Make the Cut, where hot takes and cold stats collide. I'm Kolton.
And I'm Chief.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Make the Cut. We're back with another amazing podcast. Back to the top 5s. I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, you've been waiting to do this one.
I have, because we got a really, really good show starting up again next week.
Yep. Comes out August 5th. Ted Lasso, the top 5 scenes, our top 5 scenes. Obviously, the new season's coming out August 5th. We're ready.
It's going to be great. It's a great, if you haven't seen it, I know it's on Apple TV, but man, if you can get it to where you can get like 3 months, you can watch this thing in a weekend, these seasons.
Watch all of it, yeah.
I mean, we've rewatched it over probably 10 times already because it's just that good of a show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it's really good. Of course, we love the sport of soccer, but it's more than soccer. It's way more.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think the cool thing is we're not just doing like episodes or we're jumping into scenes.
This was hard.
Listen, really hard.
There's a lot of good scenes, so it's definitely hard just to pick 5, but
yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited to share mine, dude. I can't wait to hear yours.
I know, I'm ready to.
All right,
let's hit the intro.
Wow, what a catch by the rookie! Ridiculous. Balotelli, Aguero!
Makes the first guy miss. The spin move at the last second. Bro. And then, what Tiki? You're right. What is that?
Bro.
Deep deals. Base hit to right field. Here comes Richardson. Here's the throw for Montaigne. Richardson is safe. Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single. Derek Jeter will
Okay.
So,
I'll go first.
Okay, and I think the thing, at least for me, is I tried to pick, because I think there's a scenes like everyone knows, so I tried to pick for myself scenes that have a little bit bigger of an impact, but almost like on a quieter stage, you know?
Yeah.
So it's some of the sayings that Ted Lasso would have is like they're on shirts or they're on coffee mugs. You see them, and I tried to go away from that a little bit, so there's a ton of scenes I love. I just went a little different direction. Whatever scenes you pick, dude, they're going to rock.
I know. I have a good feeling about it.
I
know you did good because you're a Ted Lasso lover. So, my number 5, it's actually the second to last episode it comes in, and it was Richmond's biggest game of that season. It's season 3, episode 11. It's called Mom City, and it's the scene where Ted meets Pep Guardiola. They just beat Man City 2-0, and obviously, they had their history, Man City and Richmond, but to them to come together and Pep to say everything he did to Ted Lasso, saying that everything he's accomplished and brought this team up is just amazing for him, which is awesome. Coming up from the championship and now winning 18 games in a row and almost winning the Premier League and beating Man City. We're Man City fans, but it's one of my favorite scenes because it's just a huge moment for Ted Lasso. Because he's an American, most people don't think Americans can do things that Brits do in soccer and stuff in that. And obviously, the fun fact I have is Pep Guardiola was actually in this episode, which is the only manager that made an appearance in this show, a real manager. It was one of the best soccer cameos of all time in any show, they said.
I think what's cool is Pep Guardiola is like literally our favorite soccer coach.
Yeah. When he showed up, that was amazing.
The show's already great, and then you were like, "Let me just make it greater."
Yeah,
by putting Pep in it. And Pep's words. I don't know. Are we getting there? Is that where we're going? You said when they met each other.
Yeah, when they met each other.
Okay. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. I like what Pep said to Ted, and again, it's not just about. It's more than soccer.
Yeah.
That's what the show is about.
I think he said it's don't matter about wins and losses. It's about helping these players like every day. And Ted Lasso said, couldn't agree with you more.
That's it.
Do we want to watch a clip?
Let's watch a clip. I love it.
Here we go.
I appreciate it. Hey, I gotta be honest with you. You're a tough guy to beat, man.
Don't worry about the wins or losses. Just help these guys be the best version of themselves on and off the pitch. This at the end is the most important thing.
I couldn't agree more, Coach.
Help these guys on and off the pitch. That's all that matters.
I love that.
Couldn't agree more.
You know what my other favorite part of that whole scene was? Is when he turned around to Coach Beard.
Oh, and he's like, "Oh my God!" We couldn't show too much of it. We didn't want to get copyrighted. I had a 2-minute episode of that. I wanted to show all of it. When I got stuck recording my scenes, I was gazing off because I just wanted to keep watching the show. But
no, that's a great part. And a lot of our cuts that we're going to show, we're showing a very, very small portion of like the whole scene.
Yeah. So we go watch it because I mean there are 4-minute scenes, so definitely go watch it. Yeah.
That way you can get a little glimpse into what we're talking about, but you need to watch every one of these.
Ted, he's that like professional guy sometimes, and I think that's when it really showed. But then right after
he was fangirling.
Oh my god! Like
he literally acted like me and you would act.
Yeah, like hey, you act nonchalant. You don't want to make him,
how you doing,
and then you just freak out.
No, that's one of my favorite scenes too. Obviously.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that scene, and again, it's the game of soccer, but it goes way beyond that. And Ted really kind of tried to expose that, which is great. Yeah. Love it.
What's your number 5?
All right, my number 5 is season 1, episode 3. Hold on, I wrote down. I forgot my paper here, and that's Trent Krim, the Independent. And if you know the show, you know Trent Krim. He never goes by Trent. It's always Trent Krim. But it was in season 1, episode 3, when they were sitting down eating at the Indian restaurant together. And it was funny because Trent's like, have you ever had Indian food? He's like, nope, but I'm willing to try it. And then the owner was like, hey, you actually came in. And it was someone who drove him somewhere. And he was like, yeah, you told me to come, so why wouldn't I? Again, it kind of just shows who the character of who Ted Lasso really is. And that's what Trent was trying to do. The theme of this episode was winning people over through genuine character rather than pretense. In this scene, Trent goes to Ted and just like, this means a lot to us. And again, it was because he's American. Like maybe you don't understand how important this is. And that's what Ted was saying is like, well, it's important to me too. This isn't just about soccer. It's more than that. Yeah. And so they kind of touch on it a little bit. So it gets my little clip, which will show, shows like the serious part. And then there's something really funny that happens afterwards because Ted's still really hilarious at the same time. But Trent Krim worked for The Independent.
Trent Krim, The Independent.
And was ready to kind of like blow his, like in a bad way, like this guy's a joke, he shouldn't be here. And then he starts getting won over by Ted Lasso and who he is. And even when the story comes out, his big thing was, he probably isn't going to be successful because he doesn't know soccer, but I'm still rooting for him. Mm-hmm. And that's what Ted Lasso did throughout all the episodes and the seasons.
He made people root for him, no matter if they won or lost.
Yep. And in this episode too, Roy Kent had to learn some leadership because Roy Kent was just the mean old grumpy guy, and then realized that he had lots of leadership qualities, and Ted Lasso brought those out in him. And then really just the humanizing connections. Obviously, this is season 1, so it really kind of touched up on that. Yeah. But everyone has a role and plays that, and we all have faults, and we have to work on them and fix them. So you want to watch a quick little clip of it?
I'm so ready.
All right, hold on.
And it ain't always easy, Trent. But neither is growing up without someone believing in you. Let me ask you this. Is my tongue still in my mouth? Because I am about to hallucinate.
I love that. Is my tongue still in my mouth? It's hilarious.
I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to be who I am. I'm a real person. And this is important to me. Not just because it's important to you, but because it's important to all of us. He understood that role.
Yeah.
But he's still funny at the same time. He's
so hilarious.
So that whole scene, him in the Indian restaurant, and then when Trent Krim leaves, the guy that owns it, the owner comes out and gives him more food and spices it up a notch. He's like, oh, God. And he's sweating, sweat's pouring down his face. Really funny. Love that scene.
Yeah. Those are great number 5s. My number 4 is Be a Goldfish. From season 1, episode 2. It's called Biscuits. It's in the beginning of the episode, they were having their practice, and Sam wasn't really doing that good when he signed from Nigeria to
Obasanya, I think.
Yeah, Obasanya here to Richmond, and he just wasn't performing as like the youngster, you think he would. So he was falling, he was missing tackles, missing balls, stuff like that. So, and then Jamie was kind of picking on him. Roy had to pick him up. Ted calls him over, and he goes, Sam, you know what the happiest animal in the world is? And Sam had no clue, and it's a goldfish because it has a 10-second memory. So be a goldfish, Sam.
I don't think we knew either. Like, I don't think anyone really knew that a goldfish had a 10-second memory until Ted let us know. Thanks, Ted.
So all you gotta do is just forget, and you'll get right. That's why I love this. It's just a simple lesson. It's so simple, but I think it helped Sam throughout his whole career with Ted Lasso and all these other things. Be a goldfish is also one of the most famous quotes from the show. When you think Ted Lasso quotes, you think of be a goldfish. So I had to put it on my list. Do you want to watch the clip?
Yes, definitely.
Coach, I'm sorry.
You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why?
No.
It's got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam.
And the big thing is it's okay to make mistakes when you do. You don't have to forget them, but you don't want to dwell on them.
Yeah.
Move on.
Remember you did it.
Learn from it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving forward. That is a great.
It's a great lesson, I feel like. And that's what Ted Lasso, a lot of things are. It doesn't just teach, the actor or whoever's playing it. It teaches whoever's watching it, because that's a good lesson all around in life. So that's my number 4.
Love that. I think that's great. I love that. And that's one of the ones that's on a lot of shirts and mugs.
Yeah. I had to put one of those in here.
I think it's even like sometimes people put on the end of their email, be a goldfish. But it's true. You got to be a goldfish sometimes. Everything in life, for sure. All right. My number 4 is from season 3. Episode 12, and it's called So Long, Farewell.
Oh, it's the last episode.
It is. And this one is about Roy Kent. And, the Diamond Dogs. But they were meeting together. Roy Kent was kind of like never wanting to be part of the Diamond Dog meetings, but he finally relented. Anyways, in this one, he actually asked, can people change? And the Diamond Dogs is really cool. It's just when they meet in Ted Lasso's office and the coaches, they all meet.
Talk about relationships and
they talk about everything, just like some guy talk.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was advice and just kind of like being open and almost vulnerable. So for Roy Kent to actually ask a question and then he listens to what's going on. But the big thing, do people change? And they just go through this. It's just a funny scene to me because they all talk about. And ultimately they change, but then they start getting into, there's really good movies. I mean, the big thing was like, well, you can't be perfect. Well, movies are perfect. Redwood trees those are perfect.
The other side of the pillow.
The other side of the pillow. Super perfect. Yeah. So,
okay, there's something.
There's some things that are perfect. We got it. And it's so funny because Coach Beard was hilarious in this one. But at the end here, and you'll see my scene, it's really just about, well, how about this? Let's watch the scene. Okay. Want to do that? Yeah. I don't want to over talk about the scene. All right, here we go.
And I love how they react when Roy says stuff.
Yeah. Oh, dude, so fun. Yeah, when Roy asks a question, they're like, oh, yeah, we're in.
Human beings never going to be perfect, Roy. The best we can do is to keep asking for help and accepting it when you can. And if you keep on doing that, you'll always be moving towards better.
Add that right there to our list of perfect stuff. Dang, dang, dang.
I love that scene.
Yeah, it's funny because they were naming like, no, you can't be perfect, and they started naming perfect stuff.
Like it was a lot of things they were naming, and it was like, okay, there's a few things that are perfect.
But then after that comment, they were like, well, add that to the list of perfect things because there are perfect things.
Yeah.
But people can change, and it's okay, and you're allowed to change, and everything's about for growth and moving. I mean, dude, the show's so great.
It's amazing.
But yeah, that was in the final episode, the season finale, and great way to close it out.
It is.
Yeah, love that scene.
Number 3, mine is from season 3, episode 11 again. It's called Mom City. It's the Believe sign rebuilt. So,
gosh, I love that whole scene, dude. Because you didn't see it coming either.
So a few episodes earlier, obviously the sign got ripped. And it was halftime of the games with the Man City game that I already talked about. It's halftime. I think it was it 0-0 at halftime? I think it was. And Ted Lasso was giving, his halftime speech like he always does, the inspiring ones. And he was going to point to say, also the last step is to
believe.
But the sign wasn't there. That's been there the whole show. As long as he's in there. So every player started getting up and slowly putting the piece that they kept from the rip sign.
That he had no idea that they kept.
Mm-hmm. So they all started getting up, placing it down. They built the sign again, and then they broke it down on that. I love this scene because that's when I feel like this team was really just a full team.
Yeah.
Usually in Ted Lasso, players are all, they're never like fully liked each other. There was always, bittering or buckering, like arguing between the few.
Yeah.
Of someone. You know?
Which is normal team stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool when like they threw all the pieces in, and then it was like, all right, now we got to put it together. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah. It just shows that the team really was it was almost like a family moment there.
Yeah.
The team finally like got what Ted Lasso wanted. He wanted everyone to be a family.
Mm-hmm.
So, want to watch the clip?
Yeah, let's watch it.
Original three. 1, 2, 3.
So that's when they broke it down to go back out, and it shows the puzzled believe sign. I love the scene. I said, wow.
That whole scene's probably like what, 4 minutes long.
This took.
I wish you could show the whole
I
thing.
wanted to show a specific part, but I couldn't.
Well, at one point, the reason why the sign wasn't up anymore because he was talking to the team one time at halftime, and the sign had ripped in half and fell apart. And they all were like, "Oh no!" And he was like, "Listen, you don't need the sign, guys."
So
and he had ripped it apart himself, and they all were like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "It's not about a sign; it's about what's in here and what's in here."
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to him, later they had kept all those pieces because it still was very important. What a cool thing!
Yeah,
love it.
Because that was Ted Lasso's thing. They all thought it was so dumb in the first few seasons. And I loved, that's one of my favorite thing about Ted Lasso is they wrap in the first season to the last of all the things that they wouldn't do or things they didn't know, things like that.
That's a great point.
And that's why it's just such a good show. Like, okay, sorry, another scene to bring up. This will be my little honorable mention. But in season one of the first few episodes when they played their first game, Ted Lasso, they had a goal that was offsides, and he's like, remind me what offsides is again? He had no clue, like no clue whatsoever, even that was a thing. Last few episodes in season 3, they were playing West Ham and they were on the attack and they got the winning goal, West Ham, and everyone was like, oh, like dang it, like everyone's so mad. He was just like,
yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. And everyone was so confused, like, why? He's like, it was offsides. So he knew, they wrapped it around, and that's why it's one of my favorite shows. It's just so great because they bring everything back together.
They were really good at that, tying in previous storylines, and
they were good at tying knots and not leaving things open. So
that's if the show. This is awesome that the show is coming back. Like I am so stoked.
I'm pumped.
But the way the show ended, those 3 seasons, how it closed off, like I didn't have anything open.
I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not mad how it ended. Like,
no, sometimes I'm like, gosh, I want more, and I always want more of a good show. At a certain point, a show has to stop because I think it's just not good anymore. They run out of actual good storylines. And Ted Lasso, it had plenty more, but it's like the way it ended, I was very happy with the way it ended. I was like, all right, this is a great ending. So I'm surprised that's not number 1.
It was
love
hard.
that.
Yeah.
That would be on my list. I went a little bit of a different direction. But yeah, that would probably, that's definitely top 2 or 3 for me too. Great, dude. Great scene.
I love that scene. What's your number 3?
Okay. So mine actually is kind of like this one's a little bit sad. Season 2, episode 10. It's called No Weddings and a Funeral. And this is when Rebecca's father passes away. And Ted Lasso's dad had passed away, and he didn't even go to the funeral. And he went through some emotional breakdown and build up in the show. And he had his own issues that he kind of, through his constant happiness, he would bury some of his sad stuff.
That was one of the sad parts of his anxiety. And
big time. And he finally gave in to therapy, wouldn't do that. And it kind of helped him realize that it's okay to have those bad moments and to just kind of deal with it. Again, be a goldfish, but you still got to deal with things to move forward as well. Yeah. And that's what kind of he was missing because Ted Lasso still had to learn lessons too, But yeah, that was one of the scenes. And so he wasn't going to go to the funeral. The whole team went, obviously. Everyone was there. And when Rebecca went up to actually do her eulogy speech, he walked through the doors. Everyone was kind of surprised because he wasn't expecting himself to be there, but he realized this isn't about just me. So he needed to be there for Rebecca and with his team, and was about the support. Well, one of the scenes is where she wasn't quite sure what to say, so she decides to start singing. And it got maybe a little awkward. So then Ted is like, I'll just start singing with you.
Yeah.
Right. So that moment really was just about the power of community. Right. Again, like we all go through something, but we still need each other to help and support.
Yeah.
And Ted was really good at that. When sometimes some things got tough, he would pull back. And again, it was his anxiety that you have to learn how to deal with. Right. Anxiety is part of life. We all have it. And as he's learning it, and then he's still able to. And what's crazy about this is how Rebecca in season 1 was really hired him to get rid of him, to blow the team up.
Yeah.
And then she finally realized that, like, this guy, right? This is so much more than that. And so again, the arcs of these characters, incredible in this show. But anyways, let me pull up the scene. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it's sad, but Ted Lasso does that. You know, it turns
right.
things
It's
into
sad, but it makes you these moments just kind of make you think. Wow, you know, and then it almost gives you some introspective
it even
thoughts.
Opens up your mind about things like that, which is amazing.
Right. All right, let's watch the scene.
Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up.
And then they ended up getting the whole crowd to sing.
Yeah, so I wanted to keep showing more. I was like, I can only show a little bit. But yeah, everyone at the funeral in the church started singing along. And then it was funny. Rebecca would say, never gonna give, never gonna give. And then they would sing along again. So it was like, even at a funeral, it's still about smiling and what's the positive memories. And again, look at the support system that we have, and we can still support each other even through a difficult time.
Yeah. And it was funny because they played that song a lot in that episode in the beginning.
Did.
It was just, playing around, and then to finally sing it, it was like the cherry on top of the episode.
Absolutely.
It's a great number 3.
Yeah, the thing is, and the big thing from that is it's not that you're not alone. And I think that was they took it from, I think it's Liverpool, You Never Walk Alone, right? And that was a big thing from that episode as well. So I love it. I think it's good. It's the deeper meaning behind a scene like that. Man, what a great show. I'm so ready for that.
I know. Number 2, mine is from season 2, episode 8, Man City. I honestly wanted to put this at 1, but it's Jamie Tart and Roy Kent's hug. So once again,
you talk about some arcs of characters.
Yeah.
Jamie and Roy. Whew, boy.
I've been talking about Man City a lot. This is the 3rd scene that involves Man City, but they were playing them in
that was a big part of the show, though, too.
They were playing them in the FA Cup. Got absolutely destroyed by Man City, 5-0. So they went back to the locker room, and Jamie Tart, in season 2, end of season 1, he transferred to Man City with Pep Guardiola to go play. Because he was sick of Richmond, He wanted to go, that was old Jamie. He wanted to just have the glory. He was that wonder boy. He just wanted to go and do it.
Because it was all about him. He was a very selfish player. Me.
Roy Kent, they had their lots of differences in season 1 and season 2. And the whole show, they would bicker and just, they did not see the same page on a lot of things. Roy Kent was one of the only ones that would stick up to Jamie and put him in his place half the time. So when Roy Kent became a coach, Jamie Tart's dad, obviously, he really wasn't in Jamie's life, but he was a dream chaser. So when he saw his son was for Man City, that's my son now.
Right, yeah. When his son was doing good, he wanted to be part of his life because he just wanted, again, the recognition. Oh, cool, look at me. And
so he was a Man City fan, and, since they beat Jamie transferred back to Richmond, and since Man City and his team just destroyed Richmond, he came in and started just bragging and getting all over Jamie, and Jamie
came into the locker room.
Yeah.
Busted in. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he might have been half drunk.
Yeah.
Too.
Jamie didn't like that, so he punched him, and the dad went crazy. He walked out, and then Jamie just stood there and started just bawling.
In front of the whole team, in front of everyone.
And the only one that walked over almost instantly was Roy Kent to go hug him, and that's a huge thing for them, knowing that, they really didn't like each other. But for Roy Kent to realize that, that's what he needed in the moment. He needed a hug. He needed someone to just be.
Give him some.
He needed
love.
something.
He needed
yes.
Right.
And Roy Kent was there. So let's watch a quick clip.
Let's do it.
It's sad, but it really ties another knot in the show,
Dude,
you know?
Powerful scene, bro. And then when Jamie wasn't quite sure because he wasn't loved like that by his dad, and then Roy Kent kind of took that fatherly figure, and then he hugged him back. Ooh, dude, powerful.
It just really means, like, no matter your differences, like, give someone what they need. And he really needed that hug. And I think that really put together a relationship. You know, then they started laughing and, you know, they were friends almost after that. It was a love-hate relationship.
They were definitely like best friends, but they still always great. They almost, it's like they were brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we're always competing and
like,
fighting
I
each
have
other,
to love
but
you.
they needed each other.
Yeah. I need you, but, like, I just don't want to show it sometimes. Right. Yeah. So that's my number 2. I love that scene.
Yeah, that scene, so you know, was my honorable mention, so I don't even have to say it.
Yeah.
Because I just think that scene was so powerful. Like, no one else said anything. No one else stood up. Like, even Ted and all them, they didn't have words because they were like, because it was like, this was a crazy, shocking moment when he punched his dad.
I also liked in that episode how when Roy went to go hug, no one, like, came in and started hugging with them or said other things. They realized that that's what was going to happen. They didn't need to help and be themselves and go help him. Yeah. It was just their moment. So that's what I also like. Yeah.
Yeah. The arcs of some of these characters from season 1 into the end of season 3, it was massive, but no more bigger than those two, I think, in my opinion. Yeah. Because how Jamie was super, super selfish, me, and he ended up being the complete opposite of that. And Roy Kent was just this old, grumpy, old fart and didn't want anything, didn't want to talk to no one, realizing that he actually had a role to play to help mend young men to be really great soccer players, but good men.
Yeah.
And he knew he had, so figuring that out. And then again, being vulnerable enough to do it. That's a big thing, especially a lot of times for dudes to do that, you know, but we got to be like that, and that's okay. Love that scene, dude. All right, so my scene number 2 is jumping again with Jamie and Roy.
Oh.
Actually, I want to just roll the clip because I don't want to say it too much because it's so funny. Again, I wish we could watch the entire scene.
I know.
It's so good. But
the scenes are so hard to clip.
Yeah, quick clip. Here we go. Ready? All right.
Okay, you can sit up, look up, and pedal. Straight back up, straight back up. Put your feet on the pedals. Put your feet on the pedals. That's it. Good, now pedal. Now pedal.
I think that was one of their biggest building moments. Like, that's the brothers scene that you just talked about.
Yeah, that was called Sunflowers, season 3, episode 6. And a lot of the characters, you got to see a little bit more of them, who they were in this episode in Amsterdam. But it's switch. Roy was always teaching Jamie how to become a professional and how to be more than just about yourself. And that was a battle in itself.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Jamie finds out that Roy doesn't know how to ride a bike. And Jamie's just, what do you mean? Kind of like, what? But Jamie in season 1 would have laughed, would have told everyone, would have made fun of him. And now here, at this point in their relationship, it's, I'll teach you. So now the student becomes the teacher, right? And that's what he did. So he taught him how to ride a bike. That scene is another solid 2 minutes because it took a while. But it went from Roy not even knowing to put his feet on the pedals, put it on the pedal.
And him just like falling over. That's and we're up.
Right. But another part of that favorite scene, I wish I could cut that one in, is all of a sudden, who knew how long this took? It had to take hours if it was real life. Roy gets it. Like he was at one point, he was on the bike turning right, and he goes, I don't know how to turn. He's just going in circles. Yeah. And Jamie's like, just turn it left, Roy. But finally, Roy gets it, and he goes off pedaling, and Jamie lifts up his arms. He's like, we did it, yay!
Yeah.
And he's like, wait for me! Because he's just taking off, he's going. So, you know, that storyline of those two, man, it was just so cool to see, and they did it so well together. Brett Goldstein is who plays Roy. He actually, cool backstory, he was a writer for the show.
Oh.
Well, as they're writing the character for Roy, they didn't have anybody. Well, in his head, he's writing and he's reading and goes, I'm Roy. Like, that's me. So they didn't have anyone yet. So he goes, but he decides that he's going to record himself auditioning, playing some of these scenes. And then he emails it to them, to the directors and the other writers. And he just says, hey, I did this. I think this is me. If you don't think so, go ahead and burn these emails like they never existed. And I'll never bring it up again. He's literally Roy in real life. And they email him back like, dude, we love it. We have no one else anyways. You're Roy.
That's cool. That's
so
a
that's
cool
why
story.
he became Roy.
That's a cool story.
Yeah. So very cool. Dude,
Number
final
one.
ones.
Our favorite scenes from Ted Lasso. This one hits hard, I feel like. Because it's season 1, episode 8, The Diamond Dogs. It's just, no one really understood Ted yet, I think. Even in the town, they'd call him, bad words, and they just didn't like him. They think he was just, like, why are you here?
Right.
Like, get out of our town. Like, you're not supposed to coach our team.
Well, over there, they call him a wanker.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what that meant. And they were like, they just kept saying it on repeat, and they said it all the time in season 1.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's the Ted versus Rupert darts match in the bar. So this scene was also really long. You know what? I'm going to show the clip first.
Dude, that scene, as you're pulling that up, that resonated with everyone. If you've never watched Ted Lasso, you've seen this, guaranteed.
Yes, it's everywhere. Okay, here's my scene.
I was at a sports bar with my father from age 10 till I was 16 when he passed away. Barbecue sauce.
So, the deal in that, the backstory and all that, so he walked in, and then the former owner, what's his name?
Rupert.
Rupert, yeah, I just said it, actually, that's funny. Rupert, he walks into his wife, his ex-wife was Rebecca, and he was just, getting mad at Ted and saying, like, he's basically just called him a bad coach, and, like, he's like,
be here.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here, you're a joke. So they made a deal where if, in a darts game, if Rupert won the game, that he would get to pick the starting lineup for the next game, and, he would kind of get some control back. And Ted said, if I win, I get to do that. And you have to stop, like, hating on me and stuff. So this is one of also Ted's inspirational scenes where he just goes and talks back and forth about how...
The Whitfield quote about curiosity.
Yeah.
Be curious, not judgmental.
Yeah, don't be curious, not judgmental. Because everyone who judged him, they were never curious, he said. They just couldn't be curious about themselves.
Right, get to know him.
So they judgmental about someone else.
Right.
And
and the whole point of that scene was if they had got to know him, they would know that he grew up
playing
darts with his dad. He was really good at it. He was kind of messing around.
Yeah.
And I think he even switched hands at one point, right?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, wait, I'm not left-handed.
Yeah. And he was down by one of the biggest scores you can get, like two.
Yeah, like had no chance.
Yeah, like it's very, like, what is it, 2 triple 60s in a bullseye?
Yeah.
And he asked May, the bartender, that. And everyone was just like, ooh, like, get ready to make the lineup, Rupert. And then he threw 2 triple 60s in a bullseye. And it was just awesome. You can see in the scene, the crowd went crazy. And
well, even when you're seeing Rebecca, all of a sudden, just her sitting there listening to Ted talk, she's like, still at that moment learning more about Ted. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Because even her, she
just wanted to get back at Rupert.
Yeah.
That was the whole point
Even her,
of this.
she didn't want to, learn from, or, like, understand him.
She just wanted to burn the club to the ground because
Mm-hmm.
she hated her ex-husband, Rupert.
Yeah.
And all she realized, God, it's about more than that.
Yeah. So that's my number one. It's just one of my most iconic scenes from the show. And just at the end, he does his little Ted Lasso special. The things that Ted Lasso would say, barbecue sauce, right before he throws
barbecue sauce. Dude, I think I started saying that after a while for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just saying, I
Barbecue
got to do
sauce.
some barbecue sauce.
Yeah. So.
And it showed May, the bartender who owned that bar. Mm-hmm. She played a great character in that too.
She was the one who didn't really want to understand him. She just was with everyone in the town. Like, why are you here? Why are you a coach? And near the end, she just loved Ted Lasso. Yeah. Everyone was sad when he had to leave in the last season. Spoiler, sorry.
Great scene, dude. I love that. Again, it's one of those scenes that even if you haven't watched the whole show, if you just watch that clip, you kind of get it. And like, wow, be curious, not judgmental.
That's my favorite scene.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my number one. What's yours?
Delivers an unforgettable message, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, my number one, closing it off, is season 3, episode 10, called International Break. And And it's almost kind of relevant what's going on right now with the FIFA president and the UEFA teams. Because a lot of the problems is when it becomes about money, we're forgetting what this is about. And soccer is a game. Yeah, money's money. We get it. But at the end of the day, what is it really about? What does it come down to? Because if you had to get rid of all this expensive teams and clubs, people in the neighborhood would still go out and play the game of soccer, enjoy and laugh and love and have a good time, share a meal together, and do it again the next day. So yeah, all this, we sometimes turn soccer players into heroes or villains. And it's a game. Why do we do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're human beings, they're people. But this moment, we'll show the clip right now, really it's a longer scene. Rebecca is in a board meeting, and this happened a few years ago. Remember the Super League that some teams in the Premier League were going to put together, which seemed ridiculous. It was like 8 teams. We're going to put the Super League together, and we're going to make so much money. And blah. Again, they were making decisions about money.
Yeah.
They were terrible decisions because it wasn't making the game better.
Yeah, even just now, like you said, the FIFA president wants to sell it to private investors so FIFA can make more money, you know?
That decision doesn't make the game better. Every decision you make has got to make the game better. Otherwise, you don't do it. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Well, tying in from when that, and a lot of shows that are good, and Ted Lasso was one of them, they took things that happened in real life. Even I think it was in season 1, Ted Lasso, one of his speeches to Jamie was from Allen Iverson. You talking about practice? Practice, man? You talking about practice? So he took that whole speech that Allen Iverson had, which was incredible at the time, what he was going through, and he did the same thing. So they took these real life incidences and brought it into the show. This was one of those episodes. And Rebecca's the only female owner at the time with a bunch of old men who want to just make money and do everything, blah, blah, blah. And she realizes that she's not this little girl anymore. She has a voice. She's important. She's an owner too. And she's going to share an opinion. And then she sees them, all these old men, as little boys who once loved the game. Her whole speech is about 2.5, 3 minutes. The whole speech
it's one of my favorite. I know what you're talking about now. It's probably one of the best speeches in the whole show.
Yes. It's why it's my number 1.
I think everyone in the world needs to hear this speech because it's just perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll clip it and share it on our socials because that whole speech, she nailed it. Because at the end of the day, it's about the love and passion of a game. And that's what matters. And every decision should be driven by that. All right, let's show the scene, bro. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best speeches in the whole show. So.
How much more money do any of you really need? Why would you ever consider taking something away from people that means so much to them? This isn't a game. Football isn't just a game.
It's a great scene. I think she also talked about her father in that scene.
She did. She talked about her father. She talked about Rupert.
He loved the game, and he would sneak into games.
Rupert did that.
Just to sneak into games because he couldn't afford it.
Right.
Because he just had so much love for the game to go in.
Right. Soccer isn't just a game. It's more than that. Right. Because it's, again, about community, about the support. It's about the fans. It brings people
together,
Right. It's about the fans.
Even the World Cup just brought millions and billions of people together.
Billions. That's what we talked about on one of our episodes, was how the entire world was just a global fan fest and everyone shared in everyone's culture. We all learned about other cultures and people learned about our culture in America that we never would have known as if this World Cup didn't happen here. And we all were so grateful to learn about that. No one was like, yeah, well, mine's better. No one was better. No one was above anyone else. Everyone was an equal. And that's what was so great about this show, Ted. Even as great as Ted was, and the show Ted Lasso, The Lasso Way, if they wrote a real book like that, I swear I'd read it by Trent Krim. But The Lasso Way was more than that. It's just about who we are and how we celebrate and support each other and deal with tough times, deal with great times.
Yeah.
Man, what a great show. Boy, if you haven't seen it, my goodness. The new season 4, drops August 5th,
August
right?
5th.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Now, and I told you guys this before, and I'm not trying to claim anything, maybe. When the season 3 was going on, knowing that you have 2 sisters that play soccer, and I'm a huge proponent of girls in sports getting as much opportunities as possible. I said, Ted Lasso should come back because there was a girl that when he would leave his neighborhood house and like go to the field, he would kick it around with him. It was a bunch of girls that were playing. And I said, dude, it'd be great. Like if they came back and he was like coaching a girls team.
You did say that.
I dropped that because,
I think we had a conversation like, would it be better if they came with nothing or a movie or an extra season, stuff like that? And you brought that up. So.
Yeah, I thought, man, what a cool, another twist on the story because we're trying to grow the game for girls. And Premier Leagues, and other clubs are starting to get more girls teams. And again, it costs money, but those money decisions are what make the game better. That's why you make those decisions.
More people together, There
you go.
Those are the decisions you have to make.
So I'm really excited. I know one of the scenes was because Danny Rojas, what was his famous quote? Remember it?
Football is life.
So he's from Mexico. So I think I'm assuming she's from Mexico, the girl and the player, and they're like, football is life. And she's like, no, football's not life.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's a part of life.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of things.
Yeah, I think like Coach Beard's like, football is life, right? No.
Ted Lasso's like, not as catchy, but yeah, I get it.
I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So.
Ted Lasso, if you haven't seen it, definitely try to catch it. One of our favorite coaches, Coach Hernandez, we got him watching this show. He loves it. As soon as you watch it, you're hooked for life.
Yeah.
So get a chance. We're promoting it. Ted Lasso. Enjoy. Believe. Be a goldfish.
Yep.
Except for our podcasts. Remember this.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 3 of Make the Cut. Don't forget to visit MakeTheCut850.com. Just launched. We're going to get merch on there soon.
New website. Get merch.
Yeah.
What?
Get ready for amazing things. There's going to be updates. You can watch all our podcasts on there. There's links on there. We're going to add a lot more stuff. So we're ready.
Welcome to Make the Cut's new edition, MakeTheCut850.com. Here you can read about our story, get weekly updates, links to podcasts, and coming soon, Make the Cut merch. The home of hot takes and cold stats. This is Make the Cut.
Has our story on there. But thank you guys for coming out. Don't forget to drop a follow, comment, subscribe, whatever you got to do. And we'll catch you next time.
Wow, what a catch by the rookie! Ridiculous! Balotelli, Aguero!
Here makes the first guy miss. The spin move at the last second. And then, what, Tiki, you're right.